Crafty friends, it is time for some Ink It Up. We are going to use the Latte Love stamp set, which is featured in this month's workshop series. We're going to use a couple stamps, like this one and this one, to put inside the cup, and this cup here, and a sentiment. And we're going to have two approaches to the baby wipe technique. One approach is just to go ahead and we're going to make a whole card background. It's just really fun to make a whole card background with splotches and splashes and mixed colors with the inside of the cups as well. The other technique is just use it for the inside of the cup and use your Earth and Elegance paper in combination with your a little latte paper from your kit, and make a card like that. So you're going to use your copper clay background. Ooh, talk about inking it up. I'm already getting it on the back of the card, but it's all good. Nobody will mind. So let's get started. And we're gonna start with doing some of the die cutting because before my hands get any inkier. So that's what we're gonna start with. We'll do the coloring later. So the colors you're gonna use today, we're gonna use the copper clay for the sentiment. Just so you know, we're gonna use these blends. We're gonna use light crumb cake, Lost Lagoon, light and dark. We're gonna use Memento Black for the stamps, which we're gonna start with. And then we're going to we're going to use this sentiment here. Everything's already on my stamping block, so I'm just letting you know. You're going to end up with, we're going to ink a whole sheet of paper. You'll end up with pieces that you can use for different projects, whole sheets you can use for card backgrounds, and then I'll show you how to ink up the edges of these as well. So if you're new to my channel, I do all kinds of fun stuff as far as crafting with, scan and cut. I just have to tilt my camera. Sorry, guys. I had a bingo last night, so I'm lots of fun in the bingo. I'll show you one of the prizes that I sent out today. My mom made these. See if I can zoom out. Oop, I can't really zoom out. My mom made these really cool bags, and some of these were used as prizes last night in the bingo. So really cute little tote bags. The grand prize got the bigger bag. Anyway, let me get those out of the way so I don't get those messed up. We're going to start with just taking a piece of, white, basic white, and we'll stamp onto it with the coffee, the actual outside of the coffee cup, this part here. Then that way we can use the blends with it and the markers. And the blend and the blending brush. So we're just going to take this little piece here. I already inked mine up. Now what you would normally do is just stamp onto a piece of paper. So anyway, back to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe if you're a paper crafter. I do so many different things that you would just there's something for everybody, let's put it that way. I do Stampin' Up card tutorials. I have a workshop series every month where I delve deep into a bundle. I do scan and cut tutorials. I have a lot of classes that I host online, so I talk about my classes. I even teach you about planning and different things like that. Then we do paper pumpkin projects. So it's not just card making. I do 3D projects. So there's so much going on my channel that I hope you'll join in my channel. It's lots of fun. And you never know what I'm going to do. And people sometimes ask me, well, what time are you going live? I don't know what time I'm going live. I just finished this project. I'm just finished it, so I'm going live. That's how I roll. So if you're one of those people that have to plan out every second of your day, you might not. You might just kind of want to turn on the notifications. Because I can't schedule creativity. Creativity is something, and I feel very strongly about this. When it strikes, it strikes. You have certain times of the day you're more creative. I can't force myself to be creative at a certain time. But I had this idea in the car as I was driving, and I just said I want to do it. I've been thinking about it for a while. The baby wipe technique using this stamp set. I've used this technique before on my channel. So I actually just came up with this whole card design tonight. The design, the colors, the experimentation, the trial and error. And you're seeing the final result of that. All right, so when you do the die cutting sandwich, oh no, this is getting kind of warped, this plate. So I guess I need a new one of the plate number 2. You're going to put a plate number 1. That's your sandwich, it's just your base plate. Then you're going to put one plate number 2 when you die cut. Then you're going to put one plate number 3. Then you're going to put your dies. And then you're going to put another plate number 3 on top. So we just need to tape our dies on, especially because my thing's kind of wonky here. And I just used the dies just now. So let's see where, here they are. They're still taped over there. I don't know where the spoon went. I just cut out like a couple spoons. All right, no, maybe I had the spoon cut out. So maybe that's why my spoon die might be put away. Okay, here's my little... I never really cleaned up from last night. So from my bingo. And I know I should clean up one project before starting another. However, I was out all day. Or not all day, but I was out a lot of today. All right, so here's my spoon. So you're just going to take little pieces of washi tape and sort of tape those on there. So you might be wondering why I don't color before I die cut. I just don't. I mean, I like to die cut, have a bunch of shapes in my stash, in my bucket, and then I can decide what color to make the different die cuts. Oh, you also need to die cut that round shape. Let me grab that. It's just a round circle. See if I can find that. It should be laying around here because I just used it. Unless it sort of fell over. It's the one that we're going to use for the sentiment. Let's see if that could have went. All right, it doesn't matter because I have another. So you just want one. You just get those circles and cut them out. It's no wonder half my die sets are never complete. All right, I'm going to put that through the die cutting machine. And you can't see the machine right now. I'm just cranking it through. But I'll show you what the front of it looks like. Every crafter needs a die cutting machine. And even if you have an electronic die cutting machine, there's still things that metal dies can do that electronic die cutting machines can't do, and vice versa. So there's lots of tools for the job. But don't get everything at once. Start out slow. Make your collection. It took me, so that's what we went. It took years to get my blends collection. That's the markers that I was showing you. It took me years to get all those collected. We need a few coffee cups. And we need, maybe 2 spoons. Or did I do 3 spoons? I think one card might have 2 spoons on it. So 3 spoons and 3 cups. 1 cup has, 2 spoons and 3 cups. So I'll stamp another one. So Christina, hello Christina, thank you for being a channel member. She's saying, Kentucky countryside is amazing. I wonder what, okay, she's turning in. She's back at the hotel after going to her daughter's wedding. I can't believe you're watching this after your daughter's wedding. That must be an exciting and exhausting day. But that's cool. So hey, you can try this later because I'm sure you didn't bring your craft supplies to your daughter's wedding. That's so cool. You know what I listen to? I listen to like mindless at night when I'm turning it before I go to bed. I watch I binge watch Netflix, even series that I may have seen before. I sometimes rewatch them again and just sort of, that's how I wind down. I like binge watching. I think I'm gonna do this and then one or maybe 2 more cups, only because sometimes you do a cup like this cup I did earlier, and I can use it. It's okay. It's pretty nice, but it's just not as nice as my as my sample cups. It's like that one came out so much darker. So like you just never know when you use the baby wipe technique if it's gonna come out dark or light. All right, so I'm just doing this while my hands are clean, before I get all the ink all over them. So Kathy is saying, your bingo luck, you won a huge box of pansies after winning bingo last night? You won pansies at your square dance? That's pretty cool, Kathy. You are lucky. Because Kathy won the grand prize, like last night, so that's pretty cool. I mean, she got the extra bag. Everybody got a bundle. All my prizes are awesome in bingo. I give away Stampin' Up! Bundles. I gave away hundreds of prizes. Hundreds of dollars, not hundreds of prizes. Hundreds of dollars worth of prizes. Because I gave away 5 full bundles. And they're 50 something each around. Usually that's how much the bundles are. And then I gave away 5 door prizes. And then my mom's bags are priceless. So, you know, hundreds of dollars in prizes. And you get to choose too. So next time I have a bingo, you know, if you're not on my newsletter, just join my newsletter. Look, you know, click on the links in the description of this video and you'll go to my website here and there's a newsletter to join and then you'll be notified when the next time I have a bingo. I do it every quarter. And I'm also going to do another Scan and Cut retreat in the fall. So you'll be notified of that. That Scan and Cut retreat was really fun as well. Both events, my bingo and my retreat, was on Zoom. Okay. I have a couple different mailing lists, but my newsletter mailing list will notify you of my YouTube tutorials. And then I also have a podcast, and that's hellocraftyfriends.com. And that will be notified. You'll be notified of my podcast episodes, which I just did one not last night, the night before. And I'm going to post that interview with Christina Reese. It's already posted on my YouTube channel, but I'm going to post it on Apple and Spotify soon. So it'll be like a syndicated, it'll be on the feed. It'll be like if you subscribe to podcast anywhere, you can subscribe to Hello Crafty Friends. All right, so I think I have enough spoons and all that. And I'm just going to, because my circular die, I have one here, so I have that, that's good. But if I need another circle, I'll just use a different circle die I have. If I can't find this die by the time, you know, I just had it right before the video, but who knows? Who knows what happened to it? It just could have rolled off the side. So let me show you this machine before I put that away. I might need it again, but hopefully. So you got it comes with the die cutting plates, even though we sell plates separately, which I obviously need some more. But we sell, so this is what it looks like. See? Stampin' Up! Die cut, Stampin', Cut, and Emboss machine. And it collapses. All right, so now you're going to get your baby wipes. Hey, hello Cecilia from Trinidad and Tobago. Hi, Christy from Sydney, Australia. And I'm glad you love this set. Hi, Dawn. You were lucky too last night. And I'm glad you love my mom's bags. Yep. All right. Hello, you go, Angel. I'm glad you got... Yeah, I had a Vagabond. I had 2 Vagabonds. Both of mine died as well. The motors. I just wore the poor little motors out. So I know what you mean by you go, Angel. These are just like, well, first off, I think I'm just getting exercise is what it is too. Anyway, baby wipes. Let me do that while I'm talking. So you need like 3 baby wipes. Just grab any baby wipes and you're going to get them and make a little pile. And you're going to make yourself you're going to make yourself a stamp pad is what you're going to do. So just lay them out. They can be unscented. They can be scented. I've used every kind of baby wipe that there is. But I tend to use like the unscented ones. These are just tippy toes. I don't know. You can use Huggies. You can use, any brand. So I'm just going to do a few this one because usually I do like 4, but 3 seem to work with this glass mat. The glass mat made a really nice pad already. So I'm just making myself a little stamp pad. If you want, you can bend it over some more. But I think that was fine. I just did 3 and I flipped them over. Okay? So now you're going to let's move that out of the way. Let's get those all the way over there because I don't want to spill anything on them. You're going to take your re-inkers. The ones I chose to use for this particular project are ones that coordinate with the colors of paper I decided to use and sort of coordinate with the suite. And they just thought they worked well together. So I'm going to start out with the Early Espresso. Early Espresso is one of the colors in the little latte paper, but it's also a coffee color. So you want to put a few drops in a few spots that are going to ooze into the other drops. So you see you're going to do like 3 drops like so. This stamp is not very big. If you had a really big stamp, you would need to do this some more places. But the stamp is not very big. The stamp with the splotches on it. and this one. These are not very big, so you don't need a giant area. Okay, next we'll do the next darkest one, which is going to be copper clay. I chose copper clay because that's the back. We're going to use the copper clay, and I've already got something on it. We're going to use the copper clay card bases for these projects. Let me show you this one again. Okay, so that's why I used copper clay, because it coordinates with the background we're trying to do, and it's also a great coffee color. So again, I choose colors based on some clues I get from the sweets and what goes together, and just from some things that I think look great. So crafting is subjective. There's no really right or wrong way to do it. So, am I running out of copper clay ink? Anticipation. Anticipation is making me wait. All right, there we go. It's coming out, but I guess I have to go. Note to self, order copper clay. Okay, so we got the copper clay. And there goes a wasted drop over there. That's okay. And now we'll do crumb cake. Crumb cake is a lighter color. And okay, see, this is coming out nicely. I'm just going to put that all around the edges, a couple drops here and there. Okay. And then I'll do the petal pink in the places where I didn't do the crumb cake. All right, at some point I'll write down all the colors for you and the measurements, but it has to be at the end when I clean my hands and stuff. So petal pink just worked out good on the edges. I liked it. And then if you want for good measure, you can kind of do that little thing. And all the colors are just going to ooze together and make yourself, it's going to make a stamp pad. And as this dries, it becomes an incredible stamp pad. So like it really becomes incredible because it works better the drier it gets. So now we're going to use certain stamps. We're going to put a whole piece of paper. So I always like to use a whole piece of paper for this technique, because then I have lots of crafty goodness. Oh, good, I have an extra spoon. I'm going to put all these away because I know these are going to get all splashed. All right, those are good. Piece of basic white. Grabbing that. Or do I not have a piece of basic white right in my proximity? I'm going to grab one. Now, because I'm using this on cards, I'm going to use the thin basic white, not the thick basic white, because I'm not using it as a card base. I'm using the one that's going to be a card layer. So I'm using the basic white that you get 40 sheets per page. Okay, I'll put that over there and over there. And now you can still use your sticky note just to test out before you start playing with your paper. See how it goes. So I want to do my splash. Okay, so let me just wipe it off so you can see that it's cleaned off, okay? I'm going to wipe off this completely. See, there's nothing on my splash. Okay, this is the splash. It came here. Can you see that? It's a splash from the stamp set. See? You can use this for paint as well. Like if you want to do something with the new in colors, this will be a good way to sample the new in colors and put splashes of all the 5 new in colors. So that would be fun. But it can also be used as coffee splashes. So that's where I got it from, right here. Now, we also want to use at the same time the one that's a circle one. Now, the circle one's bigger, but I didn't mind if they overlapped. Typically, I would use the bigger one first and then the smaller one, but these ones are okay. It's okay that they overlapped a bit on my paper. So what do I mean by that? I overlapped them. I did circles and splashes all over the place, overlapping them. So now I'm just looking for what I did with my circle splash stamp. I have not even gone anywhere. I've been standing here the whole time. And there's all my stamping blocks. It's not on any of those. And I haven't gone anywhere, and I lost the die and a splash stamp without even moving out of place. Maybe I ran to the restroom, but it wasn't sticking to my clothes or anything. Okay, I found it. I don't have many clean stamp pads yet. So we're just going to, so you would just put that on there and ink it up. So now we're going to test. We'll test it. We're going to test our baby wipe technique. Okay, looks good. It's something we're getting an image, and we'll test this one. Okay, not yet. I want it to be a little bit darker. So we test it again. Okay, much better. One more test for this one. Perfect. Okay, so the first time you do it, it's going to be a waste because the first time's light until this little guy gets saturated. All right, so we're good. We've tested. All right, let me say hi because this can take me a while, and I want to say hi to you guys first. Make sure I got everybody going, saying hi. You guys are all talking. So we got Kathy, we got Hilda, Lisa. Nice to see Hilda. Lisa from Ontario. Kathy, who also came to bingo. Nice to see you. Karen, thank you for being a channel supporter. All right, you cut the numbers from pattern paper 2 years ago. Awesome. So I'm glad you just watched my 2 years ago scan and cut tutorial. Awesome. Some scan and cut tutorials are timeless. Hello, Virginia from Wisconsin. Yvette from Jacksonville, North Carolina, who is also at my bingo. And you guys are all talking about Christina's daughter's wedding. Awesome. And Kathy's square dancing night. You guys are having a good time. Hello, Star. Hello, Phil. We went out to eat with my neighbors to an all-you-can-eat buffet. It's amazing that I'm even able to stand right now. All right. We said hi to Phil. We got everybody. Oh, Dawn. Christy from Australia. We said hi. Cecilia. Awesome. Kenzie. Just got this set. Hello, Karen Fentress. And hello, Lori from Ohio. And Cheryl from Melbourne, Australia. Ready? We're going to just start doing this. All right. Watch this now. I'm just going to keep on doing it all over. Each time, it's going to be different. No two card backgrounds are ever going to be alike. And as you do, I'm going random because sometimes you find a good spot and then you're going to like figure out that there's a better, like once you find oh, that's a really good spot, then you can like do some extras on there. So each time I'm turning my stamp, each time I'm re-inking, and each time I'm going to a different part of the baby wipe. So no two backgrounds are ever going to be alike when you use this technique. I've done this with leaves and snowflakes and lots of stuff. Okay, now let's do this circle and we'll get back to the splashes. Okay, we're going to do this nice circle, and it's just going to be great to put everywhere in between all of these little dots. To me, that looks like when you leave a cup down and you get like the little stain on the table. I'm just turning it like so. That's what that looks like to me. Did you ever have like people at your house and you're like, use a coaster? But, you don't want to be like, anal or something. You don't want to sound like a pain in the butt, but you're like, you're about to leave a spot on my nice wooden table, but it's all good. I'd rather have guests than no guests, but some people don't use a coaster. I just use sometimes, like if there's no coasters around at people's houses, I just use like a paper towel. I'm just going to do a couple off stamping, even though this is going to be mostly cut apart. All right, so once you get those, now I'm going to go back in and do more of the splashes. Right, so I did a lot of the circles. What you want is you want a few of the circles to show up on each one and a few of the splashes, but then you're going to be covering it, so you never know where the stuff will show up. Because when you cut it apart, it's all going to be random. All right, so I'm going to just kind of try different parts of the of this little thing. And of course you can stamp on and stamp off and make some lighter splashes. That would be fun. We'll do a couple lighter splashes that overlap these parts. We'll just do like that, see? Nice. I'm just going to keep on turning. Okay, we'll do that. Let's see. There we go. Now, re-inkers, I think, are one of the things that are increasing in price May 1st. So I personally have been stocking up on different items. Today I placed an order for cardstock, because I'm having a cardstock share right now. So you can do that. The prices are going up on my cardstock share on May 1st, and it'll be cut off May 10th because that's it. No more cardstock share. I do it once a year. So I did order a few more cardstocks. So anyone that ordered one already might be getting a couple substitutions because I didn't have quite everything in my stash. But that's what I'm doing right now. And then I ordered a bunch of envelopes for my card club. Luckily, a couple Card on Blue card club members, that's my card club, registered for the annual subscription. So I was able to take that money and reinvest it into my year-long. So I'm trying not to raise the prices for everybody else for the card club. It's only $39 and you get so much in the card club each month that I don't want to raise my prices to like more. So that's how you do the background. Now I'm going to get the trimmer and cut this apart. Let me move the baby wipe for a moment. Put that over there. Let me dry that bit. That's how it's done, though. That's how we do the baby wipe. We're still going to use the baby wipe again. I'm going to move it back in a few moments, but we need to do this part. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut down the middle. I'm going to cut down the middle first, and then I'm going to cut the edges off. So that would be 4. We're going to do, well, you're going to make 4 of these little card bases or card backgrounds, and we're just going to ink up the one, so you have a little extra room on your paper. And I kind of like that edge. That edge kind of looks cool. So we'll go with that edge, 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4. I'm liking this edge as well. So we'll keep that edge. And we'll go with that edge. But I think because it needs to be a little more balanced. You'll see what I mean. I'll balance it out in a moment now that we're going to see these. They look a little different when you start putting them as a card base. And then you might have to do a little bit to the edges, but that's part of the technique, how I do it. So I'm going to go out with 5 1/4. And I'm liking that side, so we'll cut off this side, 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4 times 4. All right, what can we do? We're going to bring this back. We need to take our splashes, and we need some, like this one has nothing on this side. So we need to do something there. 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 The middle's going to be covered anyway, right? The middle has something on it. So I'm liking that. That's a good one. Okay, now we'll take this one, put something down there. Okay, that one's good. I like it. Okay, this one's good. We'll put something there. There. Okay. All right, good. Move the baby wipe technique away again. Wipe, wipe, wipe. All right, that stamp is done. We're done for now. And I think let me see if I have enough circles. All right, let's give these a look. Look-see-loo. So this is going to be good. This is a good one. I really like this one. This one's a little busier. I'm going to go with that one. They're all good, but we're going to go with that one. So we need this to look like this. Okay, so we're going from this to this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your blending brush, crumb cake ink, and just kind of go in on the edges. We're going to use the back of the, oh, did I forget to put my sticker? Oh, you know what? This is Basic Beige. It's a brand new one, Basic Beige, and I usually put the sticker on the inside, but that is not the crumb cake, and that's the copper clay. Here's the crumb cake. See, I like to have my stickers on the inside of my stamps. There we go. So now we're going to put a little ink on a stamping block, like so. And that way I just touch it to, here, let's get rid of this guy so it doesn't make clanking noises. So now get the blob off onto your glass mat or onto your mat, and then just use a circular motion and ink up all your edges. It's all part of the technique. If you were doing snowflakes, you'd be using maybe a pool party or some kind of balmy blue or some kind of light color. If you were doing a bunch of blue and silver and gray snowflakes, You know, so it just, if you're doing fall, you might be using a crushed curry for this kind of technique, a light color of a yellow shade for the fall color. So, or crumb cake even works with leaves. But you know what I mean? You're going to use something that matches, coordinates with it. So once you get your edges good, then you can get in and do a little bit more, but don't do the very middle because you want to make sure there's a gradation. Okay, so what looked like a hot mess, and you're probably like, what in the world is she doing? Now you're going to get in there and do this around the inside like so, and leave the middle part glowing. So you're framing it, go in like that, and now you have like a super cool background that's one of a kind. So now, let's move that out of the way, and we can start doing, well, let me think. I guess I could do the card bases first because that will be good before we color. So I'm going to just use my Simply Scored and a piece of copper clay. Yep, technical term, blob. Hi, Kelly. Kelly, say such fun cards. Kenzie, are you asking me where I am in the world? I'm in Georgia. Oh, yes, so Karen's like, I always put a cocktail number under someone's glass. Yeah. Yeah, I try to run around and do it without saying, I'd rather do it without saying anything so I don't sound like I'm like, you know, oh. But yeah, I just go silently, go stick something under their glass so like the water doesn't ooze down. Anyway, I'm going to do horizontal cards. So I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper like so, and I just turn it into portrait style and I score it 4 1/4. We're just making A2 cards is all we're doing. Can I score with my trimmer? Of course I can. But I took the scoring blade away. And I just have a regular blade on it right now. So there is a scoring tool that comes with the trimmer. So the trimmer will cut and score. But I like to use the trimmer for cutting and the Simply Scored for scoring. Because again, right tool for the job. They just works better that way. Now that I've scored down and made the valley, I turn it over and now I'm in the mountain. Excuse me. And then I just burnish the edges. And we're going to be making 2 cards, so that's good. We have both cards. So there's that. Let's get... All right, now we're going to do the coloring for the... I'm going to move that away. We can actually attach... We can go ahead and attach this. Right, because it's all good. That's all you need. That's your card background. Easy peasy because you got 4 of them already done, right? 4 card backgrounds. How cool is that? Now, I might go like this because looking at the design, I'm already going to have something right up here. So I think that's a good part to cover up, where these parts won't be covered up as much. So I think I'm going to turn it that way and make this be like the top. So it doesn't really matter which way is the top or bottom on this, but just kind of think about where you're putting your designs. So that's good. And then you just take a little piece of ribbon, a bigger piece than that. So this is the great ribbon that we have that goes with this Latte Love Suite. It's called, well, it's on sale. It's not sale. It's like it's an online exclusive right now. Look how much I've been using here. Natural polka dot trim. Natural polka dot trim. It's part of the Latte Love Suite of products. And every part of the suite, I think, is available finally. I mean, almost day one, we were out of these little swirl dots that I used on both my cards, but they're back in stock. These ran out in about a week. Then there's Designer Series paper that's been in stock. And then the stamp sets always been in stock. All right, so that's that. And now let's see. For this next piece, we just need some, let's see, Earth and Elegance. I'll see if I have enough Earth and Elegance. I did get a new pack, but I don't want to use it. Open it right now. We have this piece of we're going to use that piece of the little latte. right? This is called the Latte Love, whatever. We're going to use this piece of the Earth and Elegance and this piece of the Earth and Elegance. So just so you know, in this kit, I do workshop kits. They're pretty cool. This is Earth and Elegance, Earth and Elegance. This is one set of paper you got sent in your kit. And then this is another set. This is the Latte paper. So just so you know, you have all this really cool paper in your kit. So right now I'm combining the papers because I can, and you can too. Like you have them, you combine them. Why not, right? Like do whatever you want. There's no rules. So we're gonna just take this piece. I'm just gonna go to make the other card while I'm here because then I can write some measurements for you while I color. All right, so this is gonna be 4 by 5 1/4, just like the thing we just made, right? 4 by 5 1/4. We will attach it. I might try, I'm gonna see if I do want to do the light to dark. Okay, where's the other? Okay, I did the light to dark already. I might do dark to light. Let's see. I think I'll just try to switch it up and do it that way. So earlier I did it this way, light to dark. This time I'm just gonna do it that way. Dark to light. Why not? Just to see, we're gonna see what one we like better. So we're gonna put that on there. So this is copper clay. So this is why I chose copper clay card tonight, because I was using a lot of this Earth and Elegance paper, but still has a lot of the same colors in it as your other set too. A lot of the colors coordinate. Like this one has pretty peacock in it. And then this one, little Latte, has lemon or Lost Lagoon in it. So they really go well together. So I knew that either one would work. That's why I chose that. So you're going to take this piece. We want a little horizontal piece. All right, I have to see how big I made that. Oh, I can't remember. I think I made it for... How big did I make it? 3 1/4. Let's try it. That's what I think it was. Did I do it right? Okay, good. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Okay, once again, 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 for this layer. And if that was 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, then the next little layer that I think looks like coffee beans, I think this paper here, I love this Earth and Elegance paper. I think this looks like coffee beans. So I made that for this next layer. So I've turned it sideways. Hi, Mary. She's saying, hello, Mary Novak. You sense an Irish hint of Irish? That's funny. No Irish accent for me. You must be mixing up my Philadelphia accent. I'm originally from Philadelphia. So if that was, okay, let's do that one. If that one was 4 1/2, this is 4 1/4. Oh boy, we're gonna write these down before I lose all my measurements. Yay! We did it without messing up my last bit of paper. Well, I have more paper, but I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to break into a new package. All right, I'm just going to grab a piece of grid paper here and take some notes. All right, so either way, copper clay cards. So we have this kind of card, right? Whoop, like this. And it's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. Score at 4 1/4. 1/4. Okay, so that's the card itself, copper clay cards. Layer 1, it doesn't matter if this is designer series paper or not. Your layer 1 is going to be like shaped like this. It may be basic white. So we may use for the layer 1 the Earth and Elegance, but it doesn't matter because the same card could also be a background card or white background card. Okay, so that part's the same. And it is going to be 5¼ times 4 inches. Okay, layer 2, layer 3. Okay. Layer 3 is Earth and Elegance. If you have a layer 3, like it's up to you, like how you want to make your cards. And this one is a little latte. So you would need all this paper. I think you need both papers. If you're going to be making a lot of latte cards, I think you need both sets of paper. All right, 4¼ 4½. All right, 4½ oops, 4½ 4¼ times 3 times 3¼ Okay, let's make sure. I'm just double checking. 3, yep, 3 by 4¼ 3 by 4¼ There you go. Those are your measurements. And I'll write down the ink. I'm just kind of doing my thing now. I'm just going to attach all these together. So I wanted to use Lost Lagoon for here, this one, because I'm coloring the cards in Lost Lagoon. That's why I'm using Lost Lagoon. We want to always coordinate our colors, and that's why I'm using 2 different kinds of DSP. So you can always follow along with my tutorials online, because I'm just very freely putting things online, you know. But you can also get my kits, which are pretty epic. My mom made coffee bags for everybody this month in the kit. Now, we don't always have coffee bags in all my kits. My mom can't make coffee. I mean, that's actually like those kind of kits we lose money on because fabric is so expensive now. And it's a labor of love. But every once in a while, you get a bag with your kit. And then other times you get some of my retired product or something you can no longer get that's very unique. And I've always add little things I get from different stores and extra love in your kit and die cut shapes and all kinds of fun stuff. So, you know, the kits are very, very good. If you want to get a workshop kit, you can follow along if you're in the US. And if not, just use whatever supplies you have and watch from wherever you're at. And this month, I think I'm sending everybody the same thing I sent my scan and cut. Like my latte people who got my latte kit will get the coffee cover cup that I made with the SVG file. I don't know. That doesn't seem centered to me. I'm going to pick it up real quick and center it. So the little latte paper, if you have the bigger paper, you can make coffee. I gave you 3 mini coffee cups in this month's kit. So you can cover them, and I'll give you the SVG file. I also taught you how to make your SVG file yourself. So you can make it yourself using my tutorial on the scan and cut. But I just saving my people time and giving them that. All right, so that's that. This is the same card as this. Okay, it's the same card. It's just this is a background, and this is just an extra couple layers. Okay, so that's all this is. But either way, we're going to put the little, you know, the piece of ribbon there, and we're going to use our baby whip technique some more. So let me move this, and we're going to keep on going. So now we're going to do the part where we make the inside of the coffee cups. So again, take out your little baby wipe. It should be better now that it's been drying a little bit. And we want to take we want to take these little guys now, and we want to do some stamping with the heart and the inside. So let me just start with the inside. This one seemed to do a better job. So all you're going to do is like put it down, right? And, you know, pick it up with a stamping block. And then you're going to just do some stamping. So you're going to try it. Oh, that came out nice. But it takes you a couple times to get it to be, you know, fully inked up. Ooh, see how much better it's getting? Yeah, if you're in Canada, just keep watching my tutorials on YouTube. I just give like freely of my tutorials. I try to, except, you know, my bingo tutorials were only for the bingo event. But because they signed up for the Zoom event, we made them in Zoom. And I did have scan and cut tutorials, which were exclusive. But when I do a card club each month, my kit is exclusive. But you can always get, you know, the kit and then watch my tutorials here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, that came out nice, I think. All right, I think I'm good. So now I'm ready to stamp in the inside of the coffee cups. Let's dry one time on a piece of paper. Okay, good, good. So what I wanted is that mottled sort of color. And now I'm going to find those cups, and we're going to go for it. So we're going to tilt them up like so. and just go for it. So it's going to look a little messy at first. You're going to say, ooh, what's that? Right? That's okay. That's what we want. I mean, that's fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. It is supposed to look a little messy like that. Okay, now that we're going to do that again, we'll tilt that one. Well, let's see. I'll do one. Like I said, this does come out better the more it dries. We'll do another one. I'll do the heart one tilted the other way. Okay, and then, because like every time it's going to come out different. And then we want to do is take the heart one and just play around with that. So we'll get the heart one and put that on the stamping block and just sort of get that inked up. Okay, as long as you get a good pattern, you're doing good. Okay, so far so good. And then we'll ink up this cup, making the handle go opposite of that handle. So you're going to put like the heart in the middle. All right, so good. So we're using the baby wipe technique again for our insides of our cups. So this card here, now just so you know what we're doing, now we're about to do the coloring. Let me get rid of this. Okay, I'm just trying to wipe in my hands for a second just to show you. Make sure we're good here. This is what we're about to do. See how this looks? This is what we're about to do to those. We're going to transform those. They look messy right now, but they look a little better when I mess with my blends and stuff. It's all just experimentation, and I'm showing you the result of my experimentation so that you can get right to the good part, right to the fun part and the easy part. So we're going to take, these are the 3 colors. I'm going to take the dark Lost Lagoon and go ahead and go around all the outside of all the cups. Everywhere where you see this extra shading in the handle, and we're going to do that to all the cup, and we'll just go ahead and go around in a circle with the dark Lost Lagoon. So like the motto of this channel should be, I experiment, and then you can keep on experimenting, but I experiment so you don't have to. I do that with the scan and cut, like mostly. I spend hours and hours figuring out settings and things, and then I do tutorials for you, so you don't have to figure out the settings. I cut through my mat all the time. You have no idea how many mats I've cut through just experimenting with like Mylar and felt and vinyl and cardstock and designer paper, series paper, and I figured it all out. Then I get on and do a tutorial, and you guys see it, and you say I make it look so easy, but you have no idea how many holes are in my mats, like they're duct taped together on the bottom, and how many machines I've had, and how many thousands of hours I've played with them. I'm just going to go ahead and do all 3 at once because then they'll all be colored. This one's it didn't really cut on the center, but I may end up using my other one that I already have colored, but we'll see. Or, you know what I may end up doing if I don't like this one, is I may end up using like the designer paper coffee cups, like mixed in with these coffee cups, which would be kind of fun too. So now you're going to take your light Lost Lagoon, and you're going to now circle. And I'm using the small side again. Just going to go around in this circle on the edge of the rim of the cup. And somewhere I'll find my little spoons, and we'll color those too. Color the handle. Here is my handle. Here is my spout. Okay, so they'll blend, the dark and light will blend together, and it'll look nice having the dark on the outside. So far so good. We'll do this one. You're going to get to see all the other cards. I've been coloring these with Lemon Lolly. Let's see, Calypso Coral, Lost Lagoon. I think that's the colors I've been mostly using on the coffee cups. All right, now that part is done. So now you're going to take the big brush side and you're going to transform these by all I did. Believe it or not, this is all I did. Hi, Bonnie. So you have a mat that you have a ScanNCut mat that the whole back is taped together. Bonnie's saying, I'm just getting the brush side of the crumb cake and coloring the entire thing. And you're like, wait a minute, this is a blend, an alcohol marker. How are you coloring the dye-based marker? It doesn't matter because I let it dry, right? That's why I did the other part on the outside first. Just be careful that it's dry because otherwise it could smear together. But now I'm going to go over the whole thing like so. And that's what gave it that really cool look on my other one. And then as it sits, it just looks different. Every cup's going to look different. But now it looks more like coffee. And people are going to wonder how you got this really cool texture all inside your cup. How did you get so many colors? How did you get that really cool swirl? Well, you used the baby wipe technique. And it's like you got to use many colors. Now, you could have also achieved this kind of thing by taking your markers and coloring the back of your stamps so that you blend the colors together, but they don't blend quite as well as they blend with a baby wipe. When you color the back of them with the markers, they kind of streak a lot. So the baby wipe, at least you get more even ink coverage. But just make sure you test it onto a piece of paper first. Test it with a piece of paper. See that? Looks like coffee. Before that, it looked like a hot mess. Okay, so we're just doing that. And these are fairly new crumb cake markers. I'm feeling like they're already running out. I use these a lot. Pool party and crumb cake I use the most. It's all good. Crafting supplies are meant to be used, you know. If you're not giving your crafting supplies a lot of love, take them out and see which ones you're not going to give a lot of love to and make some mystery boxes and, you know, de-stash. All right, so there you go. And then we need Wink of Stella. That's the glitter brush. And these just came back in stock maybe last week. So you need Wink of Stella. Here, let me show you what that looks like. See, there's like sparkle in my coffee. Sparkle in my coffee. Okay, we're going to put these, we're going to color those as well. So I'm just putting glitter all over these guys. And it just makes them so much nicer. And like sharper. And more 3D looking because they have this like glitter, like a textured. They look like textured. I'll do this one. So you can use, okay, so when you have a pen with your ScanNCut, did you check out my universal pen holder tool tutorial where I showed you how to use Stampin' Right markers with your ScanNCut? So just search for the universal pen holder tool. Because the pens that come with the ScanNCut, they dry out quickly. If you make a few designs with them, you get these little tiny pens with the ScanNCut with the pen holder, the built-in pen holder. It's great if you're just writing mom on a card or like dad on a tag, and you're just writing like something personalized, and you use the built-in fonts. They don't take up a lot of ink. You start trying to do things where you're filling in big squares, they run out very quickly. And so you need to buy yourself, and please use my link at the Amazon store that I provide. In this video, there says link to Paper Chef's Amazon store. Please use that because I get a little bit of credit. I mean, you know, it's like 30 cents. And I spend thousands of dollars on my business. I mean, but it's like 30 cents. So like you could support the business a little bit by using the link when you want to get the universal pen holder tool. And if you don't have Stampin' markers, get them from me. We sell these in boxes and collections of 10. We sell like the Subtles collection, the Brights collection, the Regals collection, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to use the dark. And you can use them with your ScanNCut. So then you have the best of both worlds. You use the markers with the universal pen holder, and then you have your designs that coordinate with whatever card you're making, and cardstock and everything. Your designs coordinate because the pen in the holder is the exact color of the cardstock and the ribbon and the embellishments. That's really one of the best things about our products is the product coordination. We have all these products that coordinate And you don't have to think about which colors go with which. All right, so like that. Now this one, I don't think I needed a third spoon. Here, we'll color it in case. In case I decide to put an extra spoon on one of the cards. It's easy to color. So I'm using the dark Lost Lagoon, just so you know. I'm using the thin side. Each one has a thin side and a thick side. You saw me use the thick brush side when I used the crumb cake, right? That's the thick brush side. This is great for flicking. I'm not doing any flicking right now because I don't want to ruin my she shed, right? Beautiful table. Okay, I'm going to take the light Lost Lagoon, the thin side, and I'm going to color the rest of the spoons. And then I'm going to add Wink Costello to them. And you can't really tell the gradation of color right now, but later on you'll be able to. Hi, Deborah from Australia. You're not late. You're right on time. We're just doing baby wipe technique. Well, you are late, but you can watch it at the replay. So I did a baby wipe, and we did card backgrounds, and now I'm doing all the little accents. So we're making 2 cards at once tonight, and I'll go back and write the colors of ink on that other paper. We are making this card, which uses a full baby wipe technique background. Here's how far we've got with it. And then we're using this card, which uses Earth and Elegance and a little Latte combined. And this is your before, although we did it on a big paper. And then this is your other card. So that's what we're making right now. All right, we have our elements. We're going to put Wink Costello on the spoons. That's what I'm doing now. So we had a big discussion last night in bingo about different ways to refill your blends. So Kathy, who actually also won a bingo prize, she's on here. Kathy, I sent you a bunch of my blends since you offered to refill them for me, kind of voluntold to refill them for me. But thank you so much. So you have some. So those empty Wink Costellos are not like part of your mystery surprise. You'll know what's part of your mystery surprise. But I put some in there to refill. And there was like really cool because a lot of demonstrators came to my bingo. And really, it was more demonstrators than customers. And we had like a lot of cool technique sharing. And a lot of them are scan and cut users. And like we had a lot of cool discussion about products and things like that. It was really a cool bingo. We stayed afterwards really late talking. All right, now there you go. So that's that. Now we need the sentiments. So we're going to use, let's see, you're the best part of my day. Let's wipe that a little bit. You're the best part of my day. It's just one of the sentiments. I'm going to use copper clay. Thank you, Yvette. She's saying it was fun. So let's take, I'm just taking some, I know I had the one circle a minute ago, and I said I'm going to save it. So we put that one there, and I want to see what else I can use. Now you're going to use whatever's in your kit. Now this one is not in your kit. It's just, you're using this because you can just make your own die cut shape, right? I'm just going to go ahead and grab a couple circles, like here, a deckled circle for my other one. Actually, I'll just go ahead and make a couple while I'm here because then I have them made already. So just use whatever circles you want. The circle that comes with it, or the other circles. Okay, I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I'll be done in 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I'll try to wrap up in 5 minutes. I know. I have to go. All right. Where was I? Let's see. Okay, that's the basic beige crumb cake. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our crumb cake, open that up. Actually, we already have it on here. But what I did earlier is I tapped it in there. I put some on the stamping block. It's already on the stamping block, so we'll just use that one. And what we're going to do is go tap, tap, tap over there and just sort of go like this on the bottom. So I'm trying to get to the train station because the train was delayed by 5 or 6 hours. We all went out to eat earlier, and then we drove, like my neighbors and everything. We drove to the train station. I'm not taking a train, but I'm dropping my mom. And so I was like, we drove to it, and then we got there, and it was like delayed for 6 hours. So I'm going to go back late and sit with my mom, but she's chomping at the bit. So let's go. I might not be able to show you all the cards I wanted to show you. Or like, you know what? I'll show you all the cards I wanted to show you, but I won't like adhere these. I'm just going to lay these. What I'll do is I'll lay them like where they go and show you the layout. And then so I'm using copper clay with crumb cake. Okay. And then you're going to get to see my layout. And just that I use dimensionals. All right, so let me take all of this and put it away for a second. And then let me get this and make sure there's nothing else on here. And just one before I throw these away, I want to show you, this was the one we just used, okay? That's what it looks like. Well, actually, I might not throw it away because in a couple hours, it might still be wet enough to use. This is my one from earlier, because like I told you, I just experimented with this today. And this is the one from earlier. It's drying, so it'll be better. This is the one I started with. That's the first one I did, and then that's the second one. And you see I got similar results by using the same re-inkers I told you about. So that's the key. The technique is this: you'll get similar results, but even though your card backwards will be different each time, you'll get similar results. But the background for each background will be a little different. Okay, so we'll just lay those there. Now this is the one layout. So you're going to take one of your cups like so, put it there. You're going to take one of these. You're going to take a little piece of ribbon, right, bigger than this. You're going to put it behind there. And you're going to pop it up with dimensionals, but you're not going to adhere the dimensionals to the ribbon itself. Put the dimensionals on the other part. So and then you're going to put a little spoon there. And that's your one card. And then you're going to add these dots. Okay? These little dots. And that's what you get. So this is the baby wipe technique for the coffee cup. Okay, thank you. Debbie Perry's is saying last night was priceless. We really appreciated your comment. The paper chefs who were there really appreciated your comment about how passionate we were. All the demonstrators appreciated your comment, Debbie. Sorry, Bonnie was working, couldn't do bingo. Well, you can come next time. It'll be probably in August. So anyway, that's the card, but there it looks like that. Okay, so before and after. Now this card, you're going to take, I just want to show you because I want to show you like what you would do with those embellishments. So you're going to take your thing and you're going to put your embellishments, right underneath this part, right? So they're popped up with dimensionals, but don't adhere the dimensionals to the ribbon itself. Put it on the bottom part. All right, so that's good. Now, then you're going to take these, you're going to take the coffee cups and make the opposite handles. So you see how that works? And you see how it's glowing? The inside's light, so the card is glowing. These are going to be popped up with dimensionals. And I think I might try 2 spoons. That's, maybe. I'll try. What do you guys think? 1 spoon or 2 spoons? I kind of like the 1 spoon in the middle, but I mean, either way. But that's how it's going to be. And then I'm going to put I'm going to go like this with the handles are opposite, like so. Pop them up with dimensionals. And then, of course, you got your Wink of Stella with your 3 dots. Hello. Thank you for being a channel supporter, Yvette. And thank you for the super chat. That was very nice for you to support my channel. Super chat is a donation to my channel. That's so awesome. So you see how that is? Do you guys like the 1 spoon or 2? So that's how it works. That's the final technique. All right, now I'm going to show you what we made in bingo and what we made in the rest of the series really quickly, and then I really need to go. All right, so here you go. This is what we made in bingo last night. This was one of the cards, and we used the inside of the designer series paper. I'll show you these in more detail because this series is going on all month. This is what we made in our bingo, the lemon latte cups. And everybody had all the parts to make this with. They had like the die cut pieces and the shapes and crumb cake and lemon lolly. And then I gave them all the embossed shapes. We used the new swirly. Oops, I lost my cup there. But we did the new swirly embossing folder. I think I may have forgot to die cut the cup I colored last night. I didn't cut it out yet. Put it on the card. But that's the other bingo card we made. And then in the series so far, we have made these cups. So if you missed it, be sure to check out this channel and check out the cards we've made so far in this series. This is one with lots going on we colored the coffee beans. Here's the 2 note cards we made with the matching envelopes using the Earth and Elegance DSP. And here's ones we made with some adhesive sheet technique, die cutting, blending, using ribbons, using vellum. I mean, lots going on in these cards. And then here are a few cards I got as swaps. This one is from Stamping with Anita. I love this fun fold. Thank you. You love this wallpaper? Yeah, that's definitely a really cool new embossing folder coming out May 1st. But if you're a demonstrator, you can buy this embossing folder now. The 101st reason to join Stampin' Up. All right, this was a swap card. This was a swap card. Okay, hi Frida, nice to see you. And this was a swap card. Okay, so this one was from Cindy Pimley, and so is this one. And we'll be doing this die cutting technique, partial die cutting technique soon in our channel. We'll be using some more doing some more cards. And we'll be making something with a shaker type of card. All right, that's all for now. This is the Papered Chef. Have a great evening. And thank you for supporting my channel. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Debbie, for your comment. And all the rest that come in that I may have missed saying hi to. Okay, stylus pen. Okay, all of the extra embellishments or accessories for the scan and cut can be found in my Amazon store. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.